CREEPS been around since like the fall of 2020. That's about the time we started gigging, and really since then we just kept playing a lot of shows around the area, you know, Northside Houston, downtown Houston, Southside Houston, really just around town. And so we've been around for a good 3 years.
The first band I ever really got into was Iron Maiden. I remember the exact song that my uncle showed me. It was Phantom of the Opera. That pretty much started everything.
My favorite bands would be Loathe, Muse, Pantera, probably, you know, some Megadeth, Meshuggah. A lot of bass players like Cliff Burden, you know, Christopher Wolstenholme.
My favorite guitarist of all time, I'm gonna say Chuck Schuldiner from the band Death. And just his songwriting and his riffs, he was so ahead of his time, and you know, he was out here writing these songs like before death metal really took off, and I feel like he pioneered that genre. And just his every modern metal band today, I feel in some way was influenced by that style of music and what he innovated back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Man, you know it's gotta be Foo Fighters. That's really the reason I got into music in the first place. I heard Everlong in the car, and those 3 minutes are the 3 minutes that changed my life, and from that moment on I knew that's what I wanted to do with my life. So I really look up to Dave Grohl. I wanted to grow my hair out like him, I wanted to play guitar like him, I wanted to sing and scream like him, and obviously I was like, man, I need to make a band like him. And so Foo Fighters is like one of my biggest influences. And outside of that, I would say bands like Alice in Chains, Metallica, Queens of the Stone Age, Korn, a lot of 90s, 2000s hard rock, but I also like the classics, you know, Sabbath, all that good, Pantera, all that good stuff.
Early on as a kid, I didn't really like music at all, like rock music. I was more into pop, like Justin Bieber. You know, I was in that era. But you know, my dad started like cranking up that rock music in the car, and you know, I kind of got into it. Didn't like it at first because, you know, he's more into Spanish rock and whatnot. But, you know, it grew on me. And then he put me into like a school of rock, and, you know, that's when I actually got into rock.
My favorite drummers are Nico McBrain from Iron Maiden, Lars Ulrich from Metallica. My favorite band that I've seen live, by far, hands down, Iron Maiden. I've seen them the most out of any band I've seen live.
Metallica was the first metal band that really got me into playing guitar. I remember the exact moment I was hooked. It was right after Hurricane Harvey. I think two or 3 days after Hurricane Harvey. I was in the truck with my dad on the way to go clean up one of his friends' houses and tear out some sheetrock, and surfing through the radio, and I heard Wherever I May Roam by Metallica. And I had dabbled in guitar playing for a couple years before this, but I never really took it too seriously, and I didn't spend a lot of time practicing. But when I heard that like the intro riff, like I thought I just need to sound like that. I need to learn how to do that. And so I learned that song, and I learned pretty much every other song they wrote. And to this day, James Hetfield's one of my biggest inspirations. Just his songwriting and right hand, like the down picking in his riffs is so intricate, and I used a lot of that same technique in my playing.
Songwriting wise, I technically write like the good chunk of the song. I'll be like, hey guys, I got a riff, and like, hey guys, I got a chord progression and like some words on it. I'll bring it to the studio and we kind of jam it out, we feel it, then Carr gets the feel for the drums, he adds that, Iran gets the bass line, and he makes the basic 4 notes way more interesting than that. And that's how our songs kind of come to be.
We all have our different personalities in this band. You know, we have Carter, our drummer, who's like, you know, a little bit of a goofball time to time. We got Colin, you know, our lead singer. He's a really good role model, a leader, you know. He definitely takes, he's like the base foundation of this band that gets us gigging everywhere. Then we know we got our newest member, Rowan, also a bit of a goofball, you know, very tall. But aside from that, you know, when we all come together, you know, we become like, we get this chemistry that we know we just want to play, and we know we back each other, you know.
The energy is amazing. It's really fantastic. So much fun playing with these guys every night.
I also like some of the grunge type music, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden. You know, I listen to pretty much everything, even stuff I didn't just mention. If you put it on, I'll listen to it. I'm a fan of most music.
We all get along. The songs are fucking amazing. Everybody's killer musicians. We all get along.
I didn't even have a bass at first. I just had a guitar, and that's how I was practicing bass. I borrowed Colin's bass, and you know, it was a lot of getting used to, learning how to not use a pick, you know, learning my own techniques. Not like a guitar, it's, you know, very different.
We're still meeting new people, meeting new places, new business owners, and there's like wonderful opportunities just in Houston. So like, even though we've been playing for 3 years, there's like still a lot of spots we want to hit, a lot of people we're looking forward to meet.
And you know, I was a guitar for like my first 2 years, and then, you know, Colin came into my life, threw a bass at me, and, you know, I just started playing bass. You know, I just started bassing.
I really like reggae music. It just kind of puts me in a certain headspace and gets me feeling a certain vibe, you know.
I wound up like, you know, trying to find my own sound as a bassist. I wanted my own sound that would, like, you know, fit the Creeps.
Nothing's premeditated. It just, when we create songs, they just happen, pretty much.
I also, sounds kind of strange that I play in a metal band, but I really like rap music. I like that electronic bass and like the beats and the lyrics and some of the creativity with the rhymes and the flow of the music. It's just kind of a different flavor compared to the rock stuff.
We're pretty dedicated, pretty hardworking, and just really love what we like to do.
You know, going in the future with these guys, getting to play a lot of venues, know a lot of more people. I want to be able to, like, you know, experience a whole life with that.
The main goal for me is I want to be able to take music, which is my passion, and create a living out of it. I want to make it my life. I don't want to be stuck behind a desk working 9 to 5, like hating every second of my existence just to make enough money to be able to play guitar. I want to make music and guitar playing like my whole career.
We gotta support local music, you gotta support local businesses, you gotta support your city. I'm really proud of being a Houstonian. I love being here. I did not want to move out of here when it was time for college. I want to stay right here.
Lights, camera, action.
Really excited with the way things are going. Looking forward to the future.
3, 2, 1. Let's do this.
My eyes can't see the better way. Take my soul and throw it away. I don't need it anymore. Take my soul and throw it away. I don't need it anymore. emptiness, my sweetest bit. Always forget every chance I get. Someone come and try to save me. Shoot from my head, but no one can hear me. Take my soul and go away. I don't need it anymore.